Hi, my name's Jim Moyle, and I'm a senior product manager for Windows 365 and Azure Virtual Desktop, specializing in app deployment. With me today, we've got Jack Smith from Liquidware, who's their subject matter expert on both Profile Unity and, more specific for us today, on FlexApp. And we're going to talk about the integration we've done between App Attach and Liquidware FlexApp. Jack, do you want to introduce yourself?
I think you did a pretty good job of it already. I'm Jack Smith. I'm a solutions architect with Liquidware Labs, Liquidware, and yeah, specialize in Profile Unity and FlexApp, and have been at it for nearly 14 years.
That's great. So we're going to show a demo in a minute.
hmm
But Jack, which product exactly is it that we've worked on to integrate with App Attach?
Actually, FlexApp is the application that we'd worked on with App Attach, and that is not to be mistaken with FlexApp 1, which is a similar technology or similar family. Normally, you would be using something like FlexApp 1 and its self-contained executables and something like Intune, for example. You'd use it through there. Whereas FlexApp in AVD and App Attach is more of our core FlexApp technology. It's an attached VHDX to the operating system versus that contained executable. So it's a little more native to what we do uh, than FlexApp 1.
Good stuff. So you're attaching VHDXs as part of FlexApp.
Yes.
Where would you store those VHDXs in Azure?
So that can be one of two places. You can either do it in Azure Files or any file share you choose, or you can choose to do it in object storage as well. So you have a lot of options to throw it in AZ storage and go from there. We're not
Ah,
particularly picky.
that's nice that object storage is an option. I presume that Azure NetApp files would work as well because you get an SMB share from
SMB is
there.
SMB. Yeah, exactly.
SMB is
Yeah.
SMB, absolutely. Um, that's great. Do we want to dive straight into the demo, or is there anything else you wanna tell people before we do?
No, we can jump right into it and I can show you exactly what it looks like to bring the two pieces together.
Sounds great.
All right. All right. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to the administration section. We're going to set up the connection to the app attach component. So we do need to have the tenant name, the subscription information, the resource group information, the host pool information, and the geolocation. Go ahead and hit update here. And we're going to go ahead and click sync to sync all those packages from my inventory over to the app attach inventory. This can take a little bit of time based on how many application packages you have, where they are, things like that. But for our purposes, it won't take too long. Now, I'm going to go over here into our inventory management so that you can see these are the applications that I have synced over. There is about 15 applications in here. So if I go over here to the app attach and I hit refresh, let's try that again. You will now see that I have 15 applications from what was in my inventory in here. Now we're going to go and run over here to the host pool. In this case, my host pool is this desk2, but I'm going to go ahead and add in a username. Find Steve here. That was for 7-zip. We're also going to do Chrome. So let's do the same thing. Add in Steve's name. Steve Koo. There we go. That's going to do that. Excellent. Okay. So we're now going to go down to a group. Now, DAG is a misnomer. This is actually a remote app. I didn't label it correctly. So this is a normal app attach remote application. 7-zip. All right. And that's it. And we're going to add in one more. We're going to add in Chrome. So app attach. package. Let's see, Chrome here. A simple name. Next, and we're good there, and add. Okay, so now that that's ready, we're going to go over here to the remote app / full desktop options, and I'm going to go ahead and just select the applications that were assigned to me, in this case, Chrome. Now, what you'll see in just a moment here is a little screen, a little flash in the lower right-hand corner. That is our click-to-layer technology. So basically, the application wasn't in the operating system until it was on the operating system. It was really dynamic. You'd see it was pretty fast to get those applications in there. Same thing with 7-zip. You're probably not going to see the click to layer, however, because it is a small application, so it's just going to be like near instant. And we can do the same thing with the desktops themselves. So if I don't want to necessarily do a remote app attach, I can just do assignments of these applications to my typical AVD type workstation. So when I log into those workstations, I get the app. So here we're going to add in that second desktop. And we're going to do the same thing here for Chrome. All right, go ahead and click Update. Now that those are assigned, let's go back to our interface here and back to the resources. I'm going to go into my workstation, pop in my password, and you will see in just a moment here when Steve logs in, the desktop will populate that Chrome icon. Pop in right there. I'm going to double click on it, and it's available. So that one is not click to layer, by the way. That one was on login. Same thing with 7-zip. Poof. And there it is at login. So those are the two apps.
That's great. Thanks, Jack.
Thank you.
So for FlexApp, what would you say is the sweet spot for the kind of applications that you have customers bringing to you? Is it specialist apps? Do you get all of the apps that people do? Do you need an MSIX? Is it any type of app? What's the case with the apps?
I have an easier time telling you what kind of apps not to do these days with FlexApp than what apps you can do. We have done everything under the sun, from Visual Studio to, as you saw, like Chrome. Apps that you probably shouldn't do are security tools, but I think that's kind of a given. Security tools you kind of want in the operating system ahead of time before anything touches the operating system. We have done applications like Epic in the past. So Epic Online mode, secure mode's a whole different beast. Adobe, the Adobe product lines, AutoCAD, Revit type products, Autodesk type products. So everything you can possibly think of under the sun, we've done. And as far as required things for installation, files, honestly. You can do it through a script, you can do it through a file copy, you could do it through an executable, an MSI, or whatever it is that you want to do. We are able to capture those changes in the operating system and play those back as part of the FlexApp itself. So what you're looking at is more of a watch for the file changes, watch for the registry changes, services, DCOMs, scheduled tasks, whatever they happen to be, security permission changes, whatever's required. All that's captured up, and all of that is played back into the in the operating system with the application. So the compatibility is extremely high.
So that's great. So you don't need a MSX. You just capture whatever installation is usual for that application, and then you can deliver through FlexApp and through App Attach to either a remote app or a desktop, whatever the customer wants.
You got it. Yeah.
And do you require the use of any other part of your suite, like Profile Unity, or can you just do this with FlexApp in itself?
With the App Attach pieces, it is native, so you can just do it without our admin console if that you're not interested in using that. However, that using that administration console does provide a lot more options of things you can do. like for example, on the desktop, you could technically assign applications to the desktop at boot and then hide applications you don't want people to have access to. Not really sure why you would do something like that, but the option's there. Um, you can also do MSIX attachments through our interface or app v attachments if you still have some of those floating around without the need of the management plane. So we do a lot of management around just even the native technologies that are out there in the industry. And then adding scripts into the applications or adding scripts into the configurations is another big one. Doing elevation. So if the application needs to run as administrator, being able to elevate those processes to run as administrator, but not make the user the administrator. On top of saving the settings, of course, which you can do in our flat file format called portability, or we do have an attached volume technology kind of similar to FSLogix that you can utilize if you want, but we work in conjunction with FSLogix, so it's up. That one's up to you. But there's a lot of other toys involved in the full suite of the Profile Unity and FlexApp, and you would own it by just owning FlexApp. You'd own the whole thing.
That's great. That was my mistake there. I mistakenly said Profile Unity when I meant your profile solution, whereas your Profile Unity is the overall.
It's the whole thing,
right? Yeah. Sorry, my mistake there. My mistake. No, that's great. Thank you so much for coming along and spending some time with us today, Jack. I really appreciate you explaining how the integration works and what it looks like. Anything else you just want to leave people with? Where can people go to test this out?
You can go to liquidware.com. We have demos up there. I think it's a 5-user license, but I'm sure you'll have some salesperson chasing you down to give you more licenses. Otherwise, be good to each other.
Okay, that sounds perfect. Thanks very much, Jack.
All right, thank you.